Welcome back programmers. In the today's section we are going to talk about linear regression implementation using the sklearn, NumPy and TensorFlow. So before starting to learn how to implement linear regression, let's see what is linear regression. And in the previous video we talked about how to create the linear regression algorithm. Link is in the description, you can check it out, or if you can't, just focus in here. So basically linear regression is regression analysis is a form of predictive modeling technique which investigates the relation between a dependent and independent variables, and the use of linear regression is determining the strength of predictors, forecasting and effects, and trend forecasting. And there is so many types available in regression. For example, logistic regression, linear regression. And the basic difference between logistic and linear regression is, you can see in here, in the linear regression the data modeled using a straight line, but in the logistic regression the probability of some obtained event is represented as a linear function of combination of the predictor variables, and in here continuous variable, and in here categorical variables, and in here value of the variables, and in here probability of occurrence of events, and in here measured by loss R, and here accuracy, precision and recall, and in here squared adjust R square etc. So this is the method to find the loss and fit the data, and in here F1 score, ROC curve, confusion matrix etc. So these are the method to fit the data. Okay, so in the machine learning we have the two main method, supervised and unsupervised, and the third one is rainforest. So main is two, supervised and unsupervised, and the third one is rainforest. And in the today's section we are gonna talk about supervised learning. So in the supervised learning we got regression and classification, and in the regression we got linear regression, logistic regression, so on. So linear regression is used when you want to predict the stock value, when you want to predict your company profit and loss, and in the many area linear regression is used, like evaluating the trends and sales estimates, analyzing the impact of price changes, assessment of risk in financial service and insurance domain. Okay, so what is linear regression? You can see in here y is the dependent variable and the x is independent variable. For example, you want to create a project that determined how much vegetable is gonna be growth, how much vegetable is gonna be grown this year, and our module is gonna do is it is gonna match all of the possible way, like how much rain is raining, how much protein you gave to vegetables previous year and previous rain, all of the details is gonna fit in the data, and it is gonna create the algorithm to predict the vegetable growth. So what is independent and dependent variable? So independent variable values never ever change, and we can change the value of dependent variable. So let's say this is our independent variable, let's name it x, and this is our dependent variable, let's name it y, and in here let's say this independent variable is rain. You can't change the rain, you can control the rain or cloud because rain is naturally, but you can change the dependent variable, you can change the vegetable, you can change the protein of vegetables, you can change the place of variable where vegetable can get the enough light from sun. So you can change the dependent variable, but you can't change the independent variable. And for dependent variable we use the variable, and for independent variable we use the placeholders. In TensorFlow I already talked about what is variable and what is placeholder, so you can check out, link is in the description. So now let's move on. Let's say this is our x. Whenever x is increase, so y is gonna be increased like this in here. Let's say this is our linear regression, and let's create a simple linear regression. This is our linear regression and this is all of our dots, or you can say value of x and y. So this line called the linear regression line, and this called observation. It means x and the y variables. So this is our observation, or you can say dots of x and y. So this is our data. So let's say x is 1 and y is 2. So let's say x is 1 in here and y is 2 in here. So in here and in here we just created one dot. So the value of this dot is 1 and 2, 1 comma 2. Okay, so that's how I just created all of these dots. Now what we want to do, we want to reduce this distance. Let's say this is our linear regression line and we want to reduce this distance. You can see this is too much far from this linear regression line, so we want to reduce this distance so we can create the linear regression. So all of these dots are, I want to place all of this dot in this linear regression line. Okay, so I want this dot in here, I want this dot in here, this dot in here, this dot in here, and so on. So I want to place all of these dots in my linear regression line. So how we are gonna do this? We are gonna use the function of linear regression y equal to mx plus c. But first you can see this is the positive linear regression. What if this is the negative linear regression? If we got negative linear regression, you can see the line is gonna be like this, negative. Okay, so that's how you can create the positive and negative linear regression. Now let's focus on function of positive and negative linear regression. So the function is y equal to mx plus c. Y is the distance traveled in a fixed duration of this time, and x is the speed of vehicle, and m equal to positive slope of line. So in here I just created a linear algorithm to find speed of vehicle. So I just created the speed and the distance to find how much distance I cover in the some particular time. So again, y is the distance traveled in a fixed duration of time. We can't change the distance. In here, this is our independent variable and speed is dependent variable. It means we can change the speed but we can't change the distance. So y is the distance traveled in a fixed duration of time, and x is the speed of variable. So y and x. So y is the independent variable and the x is the speed of vehicle. It means dependent variable. And this line here is called slope of the line. It means m, and c equal to y intercept of the line. Okay, you got all the points. What is y, what is m, what is x, and what is c. So this is our equation, y equal to mx plus c. We are gonna see in the detail what is y equal to mx plus c in the implementation. So y is the dependent variable and the x is equal to independent variable. Sorry, I mismatched in the previous talk. Y is the dependent variable and the x is independent variable. Okay, so let's say we have data of CSV data. Let's see, and in the data we got the data with labels and features. So the feature is dependent variable and the label is independent variable. Now you got the point. Now before start implementation, I suggest you to show the previous video of linear regression, because in that video I talked about how linear regression works. So in the today's section we are gonna just implement the linear regression by my way. Okay, so let's say x equal to, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and let's say y equal to, we got 2, 4, 5, 4 and 5. So this is our data. Let's say this is our features and this is our labels. For example, if you are using the real data like iris dataset or MNIST dataset, so you can use like this, but you have to create the train and test data. I'm gonna just create this simple linear regression in here. So this is our x and y, and x is our independent variable, and obviously y is our dependent variable. Okay, now first we have to find the mean of x and the mean of y. So let's say mean of x equal to, you can use the numpy np.mean to find the mean of x and y, but I'm gonna use my way. So what I'm gonna do is sum of x divided length of x. Okay, so let's see what we got in here. Let's print the mean of x. We got 3, it means this is working. Now let's create the mean of y. So I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna paste this, and I'm gonna change the name and change the variable in here and in here, and then I'm gonna simply print the mean of y. Now why we need mean of y? So if you don't know why, so just check out my linear regression, how linear regression work. You can see we got 4, it means this is correct. So I'm gonna copy this, and then I'm gonna print this in here, and then I'm gonna change the name into x and y. Okay, you can see we got mean of x equal to 3.0 and mean of y equal to 4.0. Now our equation is like this: y equal to mx plus c. So this is our equation, or you can say m into x plus c. So we have to find the m and the c, because we got y and x in here. We just need is m and the c. So let's find m and the c. Let's say def m, and we want the parameter x and y in here. So you can do all of this stuff in the simple way using the scikit-learn, but we are creating this function for see how linear regression work really, how you can create the algorithm, a model to determine the linear regression. Okay, so how we are gonna find the m? But first let's create the plot of x and y. plt.plot, and then I'm gonna pass the x and the y. So you can see this is not the linear regression line. We want to create all of these dots. Let's create the dot. We want to create these dots in the single line. Okay, so how we are gonna find the m? So the equation of m is, so this is the equation of m. First I'm gonna remove this, and then equation of m equal to x minus x bar into y minus y bar divide x minus x bar square. Okay, so this is the, I'm gonna use SQR. So this is the equation of finding m. Okay, so let's try. Let's find the x minus x bar and y minus y bar, but first we have to find the x minus x bar and y minus y bar. So how we are gonna do this? Let's find the x minus x bar. So let's say def x bar. First we have to create the x minus x bar. So this is the x minus x bar, this is the function. It will return all of these value x minus x bar. Okay, so we have to just pass the x and y in here and x bar. So x bar is x bar and y bar. Okay, so what is x bar in here? First I'm gonna pass the value. So x bar is nothing but the mean of x and mean of y. So So let's say x bar equal to mean of x and y bar equal to mean of y, and we got the x bar and y bar. Okay, so now let's create the function. I'm gonna take a loop for I in range of x, or you can say length of x minus x bar equal to x minus x bar equal to list, single list, empty list. So this is the empty list. I'm gonna move this list in here, or if I move this in here, so it is gonna, whenever the loop is running, see this is gonna still empty. Okay, I don't want this still empty. Okay, I want to append the value in this x minus x bar. Okay, so let's say x minus x bar dot append x minus x bar. Okay, so this is the formula, but in here I have to pass the x of j. Now what is j? So let's say j equal to 0, and in here I'm gonna increment the j value, j equal to j plus 1. So the value is like this: 1 minus x bar is 3, so 1 minus 3 we got minus 2, and 2 minus 3 we got minus 1. Let's try. I'm gonna call this function. So but first I'm gonna create the return value. So this return something, so I want to return the xmxbr. Okay, so I'm returning just x minus x bar, so I don't want y now, so I'm gonna remove this. Okay, so let's say x minus x bar equal to, I'm gonna pass the x bar, this function, and then I'm gonna pass the x and x bar, and then I'm gonna simply print the xmx bar. Oops, we got error, integer object is not iterable. Let's pass the I in here. You can even pass the I in here. Okay, sorry, integer object is not iterable, so this is, we got error, and I'm gonna remove these two. So I am gonna just use the, for I in x you can do these two. You can see you got minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. So this is our actual value of x minus x bar. Now let's create the same technique to get the y minus y bar. So y minus y bar, I'm going to use this function. So I'm going to use this function because I don't have to create the second function for y minus y bar. I'm going to just pass the y and y bar, and then I'm going to simply print the y minus y bar. You can see you got minus 2, 0, 1, 0 and 1. So this is the real value. I just checked, this is the real value of x minus x bar. So this is done. So that's how you can create the x minus x bar and y minus y bar. So you can see you got x minus x bar and y minus y bar. Now what we need to create the x minus x bar into y minus y bar. Okay, so let's do this. X minus x bar into y minus y bar. So let's find x minus x bar, y minus y bar. So def x minus x bar multiplication y minus y bar. So this is the too much huge name, so I'm gonna do x bar multiplication y bar. Okay, so this is my function. Now I just need to pass x minus x bar. So x minus x bar, and the y minus y bar, y minus y bar. Okay, so and in here I'm gonna pass this, so the name is not gonna happen same again and again. So let's say x bar minus multiplication y bar equal to null list. Okay, and then for I in x minus x bar, so x minus x bar, so I is gonna go in here, here and here and here and here, and then x bar multiplication y bar dot append, I'm gonna pass the I, which is x minus x bar, into y minus y bar, okay, of j. So I'm gonna create the j equal to 0, and I'm gonna increment the j equal to j plus 1. Okay, then I'm gonna simply return the x bar multiplication y bar. Let's say x bar multiplication y bar equal to, and then I'm gonna call this function xb in this function, and then I'm gonna pass the xm bar and ym bar, xm bar and y minus y bar, and then I'm gonna simply print the x bar, print the xb myb. So you can see we got 4 minus 0 0 0 and 2. So that's how you can find the x bar multiplication y bar, x minus x bar into y minus y bar. So that's how you can find it. So you can see we got, first we got the mean of x and mean of y, then we got x bar y bar, and then we got x minus x bar y minus y bar, and then we got x minus x bar into y minus y bar. So we just need is x minus x bar square. So this is gonna be very simple. So we need x minus x bar square. Okay, so let's find this x minus x bar square equal to x minus x bar. Let's use the numpy function. You can use the numpy or TensorFlow, whatever you want to use. np dot square, and then I'm gonna pass the xm x bar, x minus x bar, and then simply I'm gonna just print the x minus x bar square. Okay, sqr is x minus x bar square. Okay, so that's how you can find the x minus x bar square. So we got 4 1 0 1 and 4. So this is the real output. Even you can check it by in your note, by doing equation in your note. Okay, now finally, let's find the m. So the m equation is this. So I'm gonna copy this equation, and then I'm gonna hashtag in here. So this is our equation. So let's find m equal to x minus x bar into y minus y bar. So we got x minus x bar xb m by b, I think, yes, divide by x minus x bar square. So x minus x bar square. That's it. That's how you can find the m. So let's print the m is m, Oops, we got warning. This is not error. Entry point for launching an IPython kernel. We got warning in here. Oops, we got wrong output because we need to find the sum of the x minus x bar square, and we want the sum of x minus x bar into y minus y bar. So let's do it. So this is our x minus x bar into y minus y bar. So let's find print x minus x bar into y minus y bar is the sum of x minus x bar into y minus y bar. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this and paste in here, equal to, I'm gonna use this sum function and paste this again, and then I'm gonna paste this in here, and then I'm gonna simply remove this. You can see we got 6 in here. So we got x minus x bar into y minus y bar. Now let's find the sum of x minus x bar into y minus y bar square. Sorry, x minus x bar square. So in here I'm gonna copy this and paste this in here, but in here I'm gonna change something. I'm gonna copy this, paste this in here, equal to sum of x minus x bar square, and then I'm gonna print this. So you can see we got 10, so that's how you can find this sum. And now whenever I'm gonna run this, you can see the output is 0.6. so this is our m. So that's how you can find the fucking m. Okay, we got m now, so that's good. So that's how you can find the m. Now we got the m, we want c. So let's find the c. I'm gonna create the markdown in here, find c, and the equation of c is y equal to mx plus c. So this is the coefficient. I'm gonna mark down in here coefficient. So c is coefficient and m is the slope. Okay, so the equation is, again I'm gonna create the function def c, and then I'm gonna pass the x and y and m because we need all of this stuff. So the basic equation is y equal to mx plus c, but in here you can see we got y, we got m, we got x, but we didn't got c. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do c equal to mx, m into x, m into x plus c. So I just change c in here. So where is y? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move the y in here and create the minus. Okay, y minus m into x. So if you don't know math, just copy this and paste in your Jupyter book. Okay, so c equal to y minus m into x. So and then I'm gonna return the c, and then I'm gonna simply create c equal to, I'm gonna change the function name into coefficient, I don't know the spelling, coefficient, and then I'm gonna pass the x and y and the m, and then I'm gonna print the c is c obviously. Oops, we got error, can't multiply sequence by non-integer of type numpy.float. So this is true, you can't multiply the float value into integer. So just to change the x value, so let's try. I'm gonna do is float of x and float of y. Float argument must be a string or number, not list. So why are we getting the error? Okay, we got the problem in here. I just passed the x and y. We need to pass the x bar and the y bar. or you can say mean of x and mean of y. So let's pass x bar and y bar, and then you can try y bar equal to m into x bar. Now we can change this into float value. Why we are getting this error? Yes, of course. So the problem is in here, x bar and y bar. Okay, you can see you go 2.2. This is the wrong answer. No, I'm kidding. This is the real answer. That's how you can find this c. So the c equation is y equal to mx plus c. Now let's change this c value. So we can see is returning the correct output when we change the value. So let's pass the x bar equal to 3 and m equal to 0.4, and let's change the y bar equal to 3.6. So if the answer is 2.4, so it means this is returning the correct output. Let's find. Yes, we got 2.4. It means this is running. So that's how you can find this c. Okay, we got c, we got m. So the equation is y equal to mx plus c. So we got m and we got c. Now let's create the equation. Again, equation equal to y equal to mx plus c. Now what we are gonna do, we are gonna predict the value of y. How we are gonna do this? How we are gonna predict the value of y? Simply, I'm gonna create the function def predict, and then I'm gonna pass the m and the x and the c, obviously, and you can see the equation is y equal to mx plus c. So what I'm going to do, y equal to m into x plus c, but I have to create the for loop. So this is gonna go one by one in the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and create the predict value. So let's say for I in x, so we got x. So let's say y equal to m into x. So we got x as I, m into I plus c. So this is our equation. Then we are gonna return the y in here, and then I'm gonna call the function. Let's say predicted value, predicted y equal to pred. Then I'm gonna pass the m and x and c. Okay, so that's how you can pass, and then I'm gonna simply print the predicted y is, then I'm gonna pass the predicted y, and boom, we got 5.2. But why we got the last value only? Let's print the x in here and see what have I done in here. Yes, x is good. For I in x, yes, I forgot this, y equal to null list, and then I'm gonna cut this y dot append, and then I'm gonna paste this, and then I'm gonna run this. You can see you got 2.8, 3.4, 4, 4.6 and 5.2. So that's how you can predict the fucking value of linear regression. So this is it. This is our actual predicted value. Now let's plot this shit. And what I'm gonna do, plt dot plot, then I'm gonna pass the predicted y. You can see we got straight line. Yes, that's how you create the straight line. Oops, I forgot to pass x. Yes, so I'm gonna label it plt dot label x label, and I'm gonna name it predicted value, and then I'm gonna run this. So this is our predicted value, but what is our actual value? So the actual value is, I'm gonna copy this line and paste this in here and pass the x and the y, and this is our actual value. You can see this is our actual value. I'm gonna create the dot in here so you can see perfectly. Oops, that's my bad. Yes, this is our actual value. You can see this is too much far from line, and this is our predicted value. And in here I just made a mistake in here. You can see this is the straight line, but this is not straight line, this is a weird line. Okay, so we want to reduce this distance. Let's try plt.plot x and predicted y as the dot, and again I'm gonna create the plt.plot as x and y. So this is our actual value, and you can see this orange dot is our actual value. We want to reduce this distance. How we are gonna find this distance? How we are gonna find the loss of this distance? So in here we have to find the sum of the square error for this regression line. Is we want to find, obviously we check this error for each line and conclude the best fit line having the least square value. So how to find the best fit line? There are lots of ways to find minimized distance between the line and the data points, like sum of squared error, and the second one is sum of absolute error, and the third one is root mean square error. You can use any method you want to use, but first let's find the loss. So let's create the markdown. Loss equal to, so this is our equation, so remember it. Okay, so loss equal to y minus y predicted value, and I'm gonna name it only predicted square. Okay, so this is the method to find the loss SQR. So first we want to find the y minus y predicted, and then we want to find the y minus y predicted square. So let's do this. Let's find def y minus y predicted. Okay, y minus y predicted. So first obviously ym yp equal to null list, and I'm gonna take a for loop for I in y, and ym yp dot append. I'm gonna pass the I is or y, so I minus y predicted value. So this is our y predicted value. Okay, so let's do this. Y predicted, sorry, the name is predicted y. Okay, so predicted y of j, I'm gonna use the j again. You know why? J equal to 0 and j equal to j plus 1, and then I'm gonna return the ym yp, and then I'm gonna create the variable ym yp equal to, okay, so there is a problem in here, y minus yp. So I'm gonna use this special character for knowing this is the function, and then I have to pass the y and predicted y. Okay, so let's use this function ym yp, then I'm gonna obviously pass y and predicted y, and then I'm gonna simply print the loss is, and again I want the sum of the, let's first print the y minus y minus predicted y is ym yp. Okay, so you can see we got minus 0.8, 0.6, 1, minus 0.6 and minus 0.2. so this is the real value. We just find the y minus y p, which is the predicted value, and let's find the def square of ym yp, and then obviously we want to pass the ym yp, and let's use the square. So we just need to pass the ym yp and ym yp square equal to null list, and then I'm gonna take a for loop for I in ym yp and ym yp square dot append. I'm gonna pass the np dot square, then I'm gonna pass the this I, which is my ym yp, then simply just return the ym yp square. So ym yp square equal to the sum of, again the sum of square. I'm gonna call this function, then I'm gonna pass the ym yp. Okay, and then I'm gonna print the loss is ym yp square. You can see we got 2.4 kind of value in here, 2.399999. It means we got 2.4. so that's how you can find the loss. So loss equal to ym yp square. Okay, and then I'm gonna pass the loss in here. So this is our loss. The sum of the squared error for this regression line is 2.4. We check this error for each line and conclude the best fit line having the least square value. So we keep moving this line through the data points to make sure the best fit line has the least square distance between the data points and the regression line. So how we are gonna do this? So in the today's section, that's it for today, and we are gonna reduce the loss in using the TensorFlow in the next video. But that's how you can find the linear regression using the Python. I just used the NumPy for square only. You can find the square by yourself. Just use double multiplication and the variable name again. So let's revive all of this stuff. What have I done in here is, first I created the x and y. So and then I passed the x and y. And you can see the plot value of x and y is not a straight line. We need straight line. For linear regression, we need a straight line. So how we are gonna find straight line? We are gonna use the linear regression. Now the linear regression equation is y equal to mx plus c. And for this regression, we need mean of x and mean of y. So we just find the mean of x and mean of y using the sum of x divide length of x. It means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 divide 5. Okay, and then what have I done in here? I just find the x minus x bar, y minus y bar, x minus x bar into y minus y bar, and the x minus x bar square. You can see all of this function, and we got x minus x bar is this, y minus y bar is this, x minus x bar into y minus y bar is this, and we got x minus x bar into y minus y bar square. Sorry, the sum is 6, and then we got x minus x bar into minus y minus y bar square, this, sorry, x minus x bar square only, again that's my bad. And then we find the m. So the m equation is x minus x bar into y minus y bar divide x minus x bar square. So we got 0.6 in here. Now we got now we got m, we have to find this c. So the equation of c is y equal to mx plus c. Just put c in here. So if I remove this y in here, so the equation is c equal to y minus m into x. So this is our equation. Coefficient equation is c equal to y minus m into x. So we got c equal to 2.2 in here, and then we got c and m. Now what we are gonna do, we are gonna find the predicted value. What have we done in here? You can see we find the predicted value. It means we find the predicted of y. We change this y into this predicted y. So I just done in here is I just tell computer the y should be like this. Okay, so this is the actual linear regression y. So I just predict the y. So now you can see the y is the straight line, but before y is like this. I don't want this, I want y like this. So I just predict. This is not actual value, we just predict the value. We want y like this. So this is our predicted value and this is our actual value. Now we want to find the loss in here. So we want to find the predicted value minus y. Okay, y minus predicted y, and then we got the loss equation, loss equal to y minus predicted y square, and so on. So we got this value and the sum of this value is 2.4. so we got loss is 4. So we got loss. So in the next video we are gonna fit all of the data in the line, in the linear regression line. So that is it for today's guys. That's how you can create this simple linear regression with the mind fucking function using the Python. So if you have any query, just comment me. If you got any problem, just comment me. In the next video we are gonna talk about TensorFlow, how to fit all of this data in linear regression line. You can check out my all of the video, link is in the description. So subscribe my YouTube channel, share this video to other programmers, hit on the bell icon so you'll never miss my latest video. Comment me for the next video. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.